Okay, so this is going to be part one of the video because I lost the first part due to me trying to edit out the part where my dog starts barking near the end of it. So, I lost all that stuff, so I'm going to go over the rare cards that I pulled. So, alright, here we go. We got the Greater Good, 2 and 2 green, enchantment, sacrifice a creature, draw a card equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. Magus of the Candelabra, 1 green, human wizard, pay X, untap X target lands. 1/2. Generous Patron, it's 2 and a green, Elf Advisor, when Generous Patron enters the battlefield, support 2. When you put a 1 or more 1/1 counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. 1 and 4. Newsgraph Mob, 4 and 2 black, zombie, Newsgraph Mob enters the battlefield with 5 1/1 counters on it. Whenever a player casts a spell, remove a 1/1 counter from Newsgraph Mob. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Virtue's Maneuver, 2 and a black, sorcery for each player. Choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control. Mindblade Render, 1 and a black, Azura Warrior. Whenever your opponent are dealt combat damage, if any of that damage was dealt by a warrior, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Nyxathid, 1 and 2 black, elemental. As Nyxathid enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. Nyxathid gets -1/-1 for each card in the chosen player's hand. Together Forever, 2 white, enchantment. When Together Forever enters the battlefield, support 2. Pay 1, choose target creature with a 1/1 with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Brightling, it's a mythic. 1 and 2 white, creature shapeshifter, pay 1 white, Brightling gains vigilance until end of turn, pay 1 white, Brightling gains lifelink until end of turn, pay 1 white, return Brightling to its owner's hand. Pay 1, Brightling gets a +1, -1, or a -1, +1 until end of turn. Nigella the Blade Blossom, 2 and a red, legendary creature, human warrior. Whenever a warrior attacks, you may have its controller create a 1/1 white warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking. Pay 1 of each color and tap all attacking creatures. They gain trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Activate this ability only during combat. Corvath's Fury, 4 and a red, sorcery for each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend discards all cards from their hand, then draws that many cards. +1, Corvath's Fury deals damage to each foe equal to the number of cards in their hands. Mystic Confluence, 3 and 2 blue, instant, choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Tidespout Tyrant, 5 and 3 blue, Jinn, flying. Whenever you cast a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Bountiful Promenade, Spire Garden, both have the same abilities, just tap for red and green or green and white. They enter the battlefield, tap unless you have 2 or more opponents. Mind's Eye, costs 5, artifact. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. Sentinel Tower, 4, artifact. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell is cast during your turn, Sentinel Tower deals damage to any target equal to 1 plus the number of instant sorcery spells cast before that spell this turn. Victory Chimes, 3, artifact, untap Victory Chimes during each other player's untap step. Tap. A player of your choice adds colorless. Corvath Bright Flame, 5 and a red. Legendary creature Dragon, partner with Sylvia Brightspear, flying haste. Knights your team controls has flying and haste. Sylvia Brightspear, 2 and a white. Legendary creature Human Knight, partner with Corvath Bright Flame, double strike. Dragons your team controls have double strike. And then I got foil partners, so you can get foil partners in there, and they do come 2 foil partners at a time. So we got Ragna the Redeemer, 5 and a white, legendary creature Angel, partner with Krav the Unredeem. Flying, at the beginning of each instep, if your team gain life this turn, create 2 1/1 warrior creature tokens. Crave the Unredeemed, 4 and black, partner with Ragna the Redeemer. Pay a black, sacrifice X creatures, target player draws X cards and gains X life, and puts X 1/1 count. Put X 1/1 counters on Krav the Unredeemed. And then we got Vigor, 3 and 3 green, Elemental Incarnation, Trample. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a 1/1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. When Vigor is put into the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. And then my favorite card that I pulled, Doubling Season. 4 and a green, enchantment. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many of those counters on that permanent instead. That is going to go into my Super Friends deck. So, Atraxa Super Friends deck. So, those were what I got from the Battlebond box opening. Sorry that the first video is going to have to be this. I do hope you enjoy it. Please click on part 2 to see the rest of the cards. Thank you for watching my video, and good luck with your polls.